Hey guys, what's up? It is Claire Berry, and I am here today to bring to you the Divine Feminine reading. I hope that you're doing very, very well, despite everything that is going on. Let me know how things are going around you. Within my zip code, there's probably only like 20 people that have it, but nonetheless, it's coming. We're a little bit, I think, behind schedule, behind most other people in the country and in the world, but yeah, it is what it is. A time for healing. Okay, coming right through, very straightforward. A time for healing in ways that you maybe too are sort of starting to understand, starting to surrender to the idea of we get the camel, the long haul. The long haul. This is really interesting. Let's see what else we got here. Tortoise. You're too fragmented, so do whatever it takes to get grounded. Okay. Comes through as a very good metaphor sometimes. As usual, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, dish what doesn't. Pay attention. This could be the divine feminine part of you. Could also be the divine feminine part of the relationship. Okay, so and it can flip-flop and change. It is fluid, as most things are. Okay, so got the devil. We've been getting the devil card lately. Got that earlier just with the divine masculine earlier today, but divine feminine appears to be making things harder for herself through something that is going on. And this is very interesting. Okay, let's just go ahead. Yeah, coming to the truth of the matter, but it's a process of getting there, and I think both divine feminine and divine masculine are kind of both in this inward, more like meditative, psychic, imaginative, spiritual type of sense right now, kind of doing their own thing, so to speak, but also this is good. This is good. Also coming together, I was getting that they were balanced, and if they're balanced and coming together in some way, we may have some communication, we may have some, and protect, the emotional realm so that you can communicate properly, so that you can stay balanced, so that you can continue to lead and kind of portray. It's like almost portray the type of vibe that you want to have, kind of in that alignment, you know what I mean? So, just letting something go to where we're not going to necessarily do it the hard way and let everything get in our way. There might be a clearing out, again, clearing out of the closets, clearing out of some old energy, doing things in new ways with our lifestyle, okay? And again, becoming more spiritually, minded, and just like, again, shedding, old things that kind of don't serve us, these old ideas, these old thoughts, beliefs, expectations, any kind of pull you have towards doing the inner healing is going to be a great time for that, because we have, again, all this feminine queen energy here. Okay. But again, it's kind of this practical stance too. Okay. There's a lot of air still in our charts, a lot of Aquarius. Okay. So with the swords, and with really all of the inner, the emotional level, which we are bringing, the emotional and intellectual understanding is kind of a way to rise, is a way to kind of beat out any kind of confusion and things like that. That's what's ripe for, misunderstandings and, like just loss in general. Like we can't not keep learning. We have to keep learning and keep growing. Okay. And again, there's kind of a strength and a beauty in who we are becoming, who we're, the roles that we're playing, really. Okay. We may be playing, many roles. We may be fulfilling, many roles here, but we also have to look out for our own emotions. Okay. And our own emotions are really the building blocks of, really the relationship in a way, because it is such an emotional thing to be intimate with someone. You have to have you have to own it. You have to know it. You have to know yourself. The more we know ourselves, the more day in and day out, when these ebbs and these flows, when tempers rise and fall, and letting go of all of that stuff in the end of the day, knowing what, again, where that truth lies, just that very deep healing. That's really what, again, it's been a long, long, long road, and not very easy here. Okay, but we have our tools. Okay, going within, we have the moon. Going within is what's getting us through. That's our protection. Is what does the camel have? They have these special eyelashes, to filter out the sand. They have this special hump so that they can get through. They are protected in ways that allows them to be able to get through more difficult problems, and that's what's coming through with us here. We're all going through things. We may be going through some rough things, but to keep that focus, to keep that balance, to keep that love, to support each other emotionally, and to heal your own self emotionally through the relationship, through, again, this learning about the relationship, this learning about the abundant holistic law of attraction, the shadow work, and the inner child healing, which will all get you into union with your person. Those are all in my program at claryberry.com. Okay. I also do have playlists for shadow work and a playlist for the law of attraction as well. So check those out here on YouTube. Okay, so keep just strong grasp on that truth. Cling to the truth. The truth is the backdrop for the relationship right now. Understanding what it is and being in that zone where and you protect it with your actions and with your words, and you imagine, there's that imaginative side of Pisces coming through that really, you dream about it, you fantasize, and you love that, and that brings you up, that brings your energy up and balances it out. Okay, so we're going to look a little bit closer here about what's blocking us. Are there any blockages? There's something, that's can be lifted. Blockages to the union right now. Okay. There might be some worry here. 5 is what I got. Okay, 5 of the blockages. Okay, so looking at this again, of course, this balance, this healing, this understanding, this growth, the law of attraction is the focus. We need to be able to receive. If we're not healed, we're not receiving. If we're not doing the work, we're not going to be healed. We can't allow we can't expect other people to heal us for us. We have to take the time. What better time than this big collective time out, if you know what I mean. Okay, so sorry. So the healing has to be, it's kind of a long-term thing, but it's got to be a priority. It really does have to be a priority. You have to really understand how much it's going to balance out your life and how much it's going to help you to evolve and to be this comfortable, self-loving, like comfortable in your own skin, self-loving person. Okay. And for this to come up, as a blockage, again, sometimes just means that we just have to do the healing before we can make any moves, before we can get on with our partner to the next level. We have to heal to the next level. So again, healing, which you can do by the shadow work and you can do by the inner child healing, obviously, but also the law of attraction is not to be dismissed. It's not to be underestimated. So learning that as well. Again, I've got a playlist on the law of attraction, and the holistic law of attraction, kind of expanded on that, is in my program. Okay, so again, there's this focus, this idea that nothing could possibly tear you away from the work right now, and that is how you're going to balance out some of the energies that we've had. Okay, that is how you're going to be able to come together. Again, I'm getting just very, very similar, very grounded, very, even if you don't even understand, how close you are in energetic ways, that is going on sometimes kind of under the scenes here. Okay. And there may be some ego. Okay, there may be, again, this looking to, oh, I wish things were different, and oh, the way things used to be, and all of this. And again, it's just this healing needs to happen. Okay, we need to clear out some of this old negative energy, some of this old, it's kind of a superficiality in a way. Again, the kind of the pleasure to the spiritual balance is off a little bit. Again, a little bit in the ego, a little bit wanting to show off, wanting to, do things for the sake of keeping up, or again, showing off, things like this. And it's like, do we need to have some kind of these wake up calls or something to always have to be reverted back to this? Or we could just sideswipe that and be smart in the long run and start to plan ahead. And then in that case, we will just do the healing and then save ourselves a lot of trouble in the future. The healing is going to come no matter what. Okay? It's going to come no matter what. But we have to make sure to start with our mental and start with our mind and decide how we want things to truly be. Okay? We have to do that coming from a place of this security, this stable, balanced energy. Okay, you can't just make decisions in the middle of a storm, type of energy. Like, you got to have this calm, cool, collected to be able to see, to the bottom. And this stability, I think because there's so much going on out there in the world right now, and we're all up in this Aquarius energy, as we were talking about earlier in the last video for Divine Masculine. We had our Mercury, we just had our moon in Aquarius as well. We came out of that today because we're in Pisces now, but we had our moon in Aquarius, we had our our Mars in Aquarius, and then Saturn as well. So it's like a lot of Aquarius energy, a lot of mental, energy, ideas flying around, constructs, systems of information. These things are all, changing and crumbling, and in some ways just really completely transforming into other things. And in ways we're seeing that's going to be, that has good, things going on, again, for the environment and for the earth, and the earth is healing too. But we should be taking advantage of this time for healing as well. Okay. And anything that is not giving you pleasure is your key. Okay, this is your key. You're at a crossroads. You can continue to feel this pain and feel this sadness and this, something's just not right. Or, you can learn how to use those types of feelings to your advantage. And we do that with the shadow work. And again, I have a shadow work playlist as well, so check that out here. And I get deeper into it at my program at claryberry.com. Okay, but that is our key here. That is our key to the next, to the future, to the new day, the dawning of the new day, and all of this. Okay, the growth, the acceptance that we really do deserve it all. We really are, these creatures of love, and we really do deserve to have this good, wonderful, peaceful, abundant, beautiful lifestyle. And we don't need to second guess that. We don't need to worry about that. And the healing, when we get in there and do that inner child healing work, when we get to, I don't want to say to the end, but when you get there and you've really changed and you really are a different person, and you're healed in many ways, you can say you're healed and you're healing. And it's such a beautiful place of clarity. Okay, but we're not quite there yet. We need to work on this. We need to keep on going with that. And so let's go ahead and take, and again, that was a blockage. So again, it's almost like we're resting on the job kind of a little bit, or that there's more to do. Okay, that's kind of the whole issue. And again, it needs to be a focus. It's a common theme. We need to think about the long term, not trying to necessarily, get with our person today, start talking to our person today, get promises from our person today, or anything like that. Okay, so Divine Feminine needs to think of the long term, needs to know that the ball is in her court. She needs to relax and just look at the spiritual side of everything that's going on. Okay, it's that lack of being able to see that into the future and into the realms that you couldn't always used to see. We're beginning to learn, to do that. And it can give us, it can give us a lot of confidence, and it can give us a lot of change, so we can look back upon the past and say, hey, look, I'm not doing that anymore. And it's beautiful, and I really am a different person because I can see it, I can see it, I can feel it, I can taste it. Okay. So yeah, we really have to dive in emotionally. Oh my gosh, we have to go deep, you guys. This is strongly about emotions, and well, it's our emotions and our relationships, but it's also about our lifestyles here. Okay? And very, very, very important. Okay? Fresh air, one, coming through in all of these. You can very kind of clearly get the air idea. Okay? So, being true to ourselves, the authenticity, not worrying about what other people think, not even knowing, what being self-conscious is, just being yourself, just allowing yourself to be yourself, allowing yourself to do this healing, allowing yourself to really get again into this mode, that you might not have really experienced that much of before. It may be different, it may be weird, but it's really just figuring out your own shit. And it's nothing to be afraid of. The healing, don't be afraid of the healing. Just get right into it again. Start over the shadow work. Okay, but it's directly there to help you see things from another perspective. And oftentimes it's going to be seeing things from your partner's perspective. Shadow work helps us do that. It helps us see things that we may never have otherwise thought. And it's a systematic way to do it all the time. Okay, it's a lifestyle. We have to realize this and carry it through. Okay, and especially in those extremes when we are in our highest, our ups or our downs, really, if you think about someone like who's bipolar, like in their ups or their downs, you want to be monitored, you want to check yourself. And that's what shadow work does for us. And again, shadow work, I think to me, is the fastest way, to get closer to your person here. Yeah, because we do have this, this love and this longing, it's kind of this, it wants to burst, it's like this big juicy, the relationship is this big juicy mango or something, and it just is about to burst. And again, the healing kind of needs to be natural, but it needs to be happening, it needs to be progressive. There needs to be effort put forth, regular, steady effort, okay, over time, because we can't just have it all and expect it all to fall in our laps quite so easily. We have to do some good. We give what we get, and when we give to ourselves, when we let ourselves come out of the feelings of negativity and just follow what makes you actually happy in any moment, don't spend time thinking about where else you might want to be, or it's just complaining energy and kind of this negative. Again, it's just take this passion for the present moment, and don't, if there's anything that's bringing you down, nope, not me, not today, just gonna, and it's not like run away from your problems energy, but it's not dealing with things that don't matter in the past and in the emotional realm, holding grudges, any kind of, again, trying to compete and things that don't matter. Let it go, because our emotional vibration, it's all about our intention. When we put intention into something, the universe knows why we want to do something. And if we want to do something to rub somebody else's nose or something in it, we need to be our higher selves. Okay. And we also need to just kind of think about where our focus is, and where our focus is going to get us for our future, how we're focusing on our lives right now, what it really matters. And we can't get around this. You can't just be like, oh, snap my fingers, I want, my person, just because you're already so lucky to have your person. I don't want you to waste any more time, because it is a gift. But as with all gifts that God would give us, right, we are supposed to practice them. We're supposed to practice playing the violin, the piano, the cello, singing, whatever, athlete, that all of these different things, and even like coding or some genius. You want to practice. You want to stay and practice and use these talents and these God-given gifts, and that's what this is. The spiritual sense, this side that's pulled us here, to get this healing for our relationship. Again, there's a long-term energy. There's a very much a friendly energy still coming through. It's like we're not going to push it. We may get a little flirty here and there, but we're not going to push it too much, because we definitely don't want anything, I think, to be too, I don't want to say less than wholesome, because that sounds almost kind of stuck up, but, and there's always going to be that sort of a balance back and forth in that sort of a thing, I think, for most people. But this is just about really being yourself. And on a certain level, we're so much more than that. So that's kind of where that comes in there. Okay? So the best thing you can do, again, is always to go within, as within, so without. You heal the inside, you heal the relationship. It comes back around. What you give, your energy that you give out will come back to you. That is the process of the twin flames. We have to make sure that the energy that we're giving out is beautiful, wonderful, positive, loving, unconditionally loving, and, just blessed and, full of gratitude. That's the type of energy that we want to carry. That's the type of energy that's going to bring us back again, the results, with this. It's just beautiful, and it's the balance, it's the dance of life, but it's always, the wind just blows, and the grass just is flexible, and we don't cry, if there's, like, we do our best as we grow. Just do the best you can, do the best, that you can do. And it's that old, like, try to beat your old self, try to beat your old records, try to do better than yesterday, or try to do as much as yesterday, try to do, something. Just, it's like being, the determination is really coming through, as well. Again, it's kind of this determination to, like, get through. So Divine Feminine, you're amazing. You're doing wonderful. You do have a wonderful connection, and it's going to be getting better just as much as you work on yourself. It's going to be getting better as well. So stay determined and stay focused on becoming a better person, even better than you have even been imagining lately. Just ways that you can literally heal and heal and heal, and just emit so much healing energy that you're going to be helping to to heal. So that is it, guys. Hope this was good for you. Please let me know, and I will be back again with more videos tomorrow. So you know the drill. Check out claryberry.com for everything you need to know. I've got everything there, so I'll talk to you later. Bye.